Greetings and salutations, viewers. We're the Landstars, and oh my god, there's a webcam.
What the?
And you're here.
Hey!
Yes, in the midst of doing this LP, we have officially moved in with each other. So welcome to our apartment.
It's not weird that we moved mid-LP. What are you talking about?
I know, exactly.
And this certainly won't date the LP at all.
No, not at all. Alrighty, so when we last left off,
the clouds parted over the Isles of Boreas.
we had another crazy adventure.
It was time to.
I don't remember what it was because it's been a minute because we friggin' moved.
Yeah.
Ravens were scouting for the secret rebel base.
We're still waiting on my possessions to arrive.
Pieces of the Sky Ripper had surfaced.
So now we're going to be looking at another
using
ending.
it could go catastrophically wrong.
We did not pick one.
But
No,
he was
we did
sure
not.
he could figure
Okay.
out how to use it safely. Also, a temple had risen out of empty desert. The Iblis stone was hidden there. It was a dangerous artifact. It could corrupt its user into a bloodthirsty monster. Maybe he could find a way to use it. To take its power without surrendering to its wickedness. And also, his old friend Lapino needed rescuing. Of course.
Now we could go for the true ending, but we're not going to.
And he had a gut feeling that he needed
Makes
to
more
use that
sense
to
to
his
start
advantage.
unlocking some more stuff.
Let's see, we did that. Okay, we did that one. We did not look at the endings we had unlocked before recording this.
Which we can do like that.
Oh, okay. So we have...
Okay, so we have 1 and 5. We have 7 and 9. We have 12, 13, and 15. And we got 18, 20, and 21.
Okay. What sort of ending would you like to go for?
Well, part of me almost wants to finish up Lapino's one first, but at the same time, I think we got a lot more interesting stuff out of the stone.
Okay. Oh, I think I remember this one.
Oh. So let's start with the stone then?
One of these two is... Okay, I think Yeah, we will go for the gem.
Okie dokie.
The island was windswept desert.
As we look at those
No one went there
horrific
except
ostriches
ostriches
again.
and ostrich hunters. The Iblis
Time to
stone.
play Joust some more.
It would whisper promises.
Again, I question if those are related
offering
to
powerful
Uku.
blood.
Ugh.
This time,
There is a non-zero
I was
chance
sure
that the
he could
Uku
master
are
it.
going to show up in
And
Tears
so,
of the Kingdom,
when
and
I
that
went ostrich
horrifies me.
And we still gotta go through Breath of the Wild.
We do. So embarrassing fact about yours
Every child
truly,
could sing verses about the Sky Ripper.
and I'm sure this has come up
Codices
before.
held hints of
Breath of the
other
Wild was
things.
the first game I got for the
Stone that ate
Switch,
souls.
because it was the first game everybody
Maybe
got
that
for the
drank
Switch.
blood.
And it is a
Only
fantastic
a righteous
game.
man could give away.
However,
Those things, the Iblis stone,
I never finished it.
long hidden in the buried tomb.
What I did was
Another
I got
ancient
it,
island
I
that
got
was
through the
only resurfacing
tutorial,
drawn up from the deep.
started
the Emperor's
exploring,
horrific
and
rituals.
because there's so much shit to keep track of, and so much shit to do, I had a panic attack. I sent my copy to Star, but because her Switch is a Switch Lite, she's like, this isn't optimal for this. So,
What was he doing?
once my Switch arrives, we may be... We have a stack of games we need to go through together.
Possession
Yes.
of his own soul.
That said, we're also like planning to pick up Octopath 2 because we make great decisions. So.
Exactly.
I'm definitely leaning towards Fortitio being my main in that.
Yeah.
I still do. Shield breaker power really makes life so much easier, doesn't it?
I know, right?
Already here, cawing in frustration. They were still searching for a way in. Good. Then he hadn't come too late.
Take that, pots. Oh, okay. I don't have any skill points yet, so... Well, by the end of this, we're probably gonna have, like, all of them.
Yeah. Considering we're going through literally all the endings.
Exactly.
I know if you level up the right things, when you get to a high enough combo, you just start one-shotting everything.
Yeah.
Which I remember was also a thing in Omenside.
Yeah.
Begone, thought.
Does he even have a thought?
No thoughts, only panda.
But he's not a panda, he's a bird.
Well, clearly he must die then.
Well, he already
This chest
did.
contained blank passports from 15 countries.
Oh,
And something useful.
I am friggin' cold today. Granted, it was friggin' cold last night.
Yeah.
It was actually funny. In the preparations for the move, I figured,
Travel.
like,
This could be fun.
my trip was from Oklahoma to Chicago to here, and I figured I'm going up north in winter, and I have to pack up my pod a week beforehand. I know. I'll make sure that I have like all of my warm stuff out here with me, and then like all of my lighter clothing will be in the pod, and I can unpack it when I need it. So I fly here. Like, I have to pack up the pod a week before I fly out here. So I pack up the pod, load everything up, get it shipped out, get on my plane a few days later. Oklahoma that morning, it's like 40 and raining and cold and damp and unpleasant. I get here. I'm wearing like my heavy jacket, gloves, my warm hat. It is friggin' 60 degrees. I'm like, well, I look like a dumbass. Oh, didn't you check the Weather Channel? Well, like I did a week ago.
Nom.
Nom.
There had to be some way to use the Iblis stone. It was old, wasn't it? People are so much cleverer now. And Renato was pretty sure he was cleverer than most people.
But I guess he's not cleverer than an old person.
Old age and treachery will beat youth and beauty every time. That's the saying, right?
Usually my boss is just, big advice is just don't get old. Man, she got from his dad.
When I went to see The Who live, they had the good grace not to sing My Generation anymore because, like, even they can't pretend to sing Hope I Die Before I Get Old unironically.
True.
That said, it was a great concert. Depending on what comes to Bethel Woods this year,
Yeah.
Mom said she might be willing to give us tickets and whatnot for birthday presents.
Ooh.
So that's going to be something we keep an eye out on.
Yeah. Right now, I think the only things that they've announced thus far has been James Taylor and Shania Twain.
My parents are going to be seeing James Taylor, but not at Bethel Woods. I had to check that, and like once I figured it out, like I wasted no time mocking my dad. I was like, you could have gone to Woodstock.
The Ravens at least could not get past this point. Obviously, the temple builders knew how to deal with Tomb Raiders.
But what about Tomb Waiter?
Sometimes. All you know is what you know.
Do tombs even have waiters?
It was a level in Crash Bandicoot.
True, but I'm talking about, like, you know, may I take your order?
Waiters, not waiters.
I know.
Miners, not miners.
Oh, look. Fracking.
Oh god, are we in Oklahoma again?
Hello, Mr. Rock. Are you ready to meet your maker?
Purest blackness.
Looks
It
purple to
reflected no
me.
light. Like a void made solid.
Pick up Eclipso. Actually, the Essential Eclipso, I'm pretty sure, is one of the comic books I did actually pack to bring
Who
here.
said that?
Just for sentimental value, so I can look at it and just be angry.
Eager.
And this is now one
Thirsty.
more day?
That is true. Like, I genuinely love the concept of, like,
That
cursed
seemed
rock that...
tempting and terribly wrong. Zenobia was the Emperor's greatest general and a potent witch. But they had been close once, and he had a sneaking suspicion the gem would try to control him. Why not capture the core of Skyripper instead? It was the eye of a lost god torn out by the transcendent Emperor to power his greatest weapon. Go to the core, said the stone anxiously. But even though Renato knew how evil the gem was,
Oh, that's new.
he had
Yeah.
a clever plan for dealing with it.
Should we?
Let's see here. That wasn't the ending I was planning on taking, but that's new. Where... Let's see here. Yeah, none of the Find the Gems things reference that. I'm kind of curious to see what it says.
Yeah, same.
The gem could give great power, but it was evil. But Renato had a plan. He
Oh,
would divide the stone.
I think we're gonna
into
die
half
automatically,
and the
but
evil half.
Sweet.
we'll find out in a minute.
Sage Calaveras,
Oh, you need a mirror of splitting.
croaked Calaveras.
I can make one.
Calaveras set up various shiny things. And soon Renato was setting the stone down in
Worth
the middle
it.
of Calaveras' lab. There was a flash, and now Renato was looking at himself. With a goatee and... There were two Iblis stones. One light and one dark. Renato took the light one. He felt a rush of great power. Now I could defeat the Emperor. Wait a minute. Unfortunately, he couldn't think of any way to use it.
This reminds me of an episode of Jackie Chan Adventures.
Give me that, said his evil-looking twin. And he drew his sword. He only got it halfway out of the scabbard when he fainted from the effort. Obviously, neither weak, evil Renato nor powerful, nice Renato was any threat to the Empire. After the Emperor's victory, they were exhibited in a museum until time ended, which was soon after.
Okay.
Wow.
You have
Something
died.
bold and paid the price for it.
At least it was interesting.
Yeah, I know.
Every child could sing.
Okay,
verses about the
now
sky,
we're going to the...
But ancient
Now we're going back
codices
to
held hints
the
of
actual
other
thing
things.
again.
A stone.
We're gonna
that
cut
ate
here,
souls.
and we will see you
A
guys
ruby that
back
drank
once
blood.
we're back at the
Jewel
Iblis
only a
Stone.
righteous
Yeah.
man could give away. Were all these things the Iblis Stone? Reflected no light, like a void made.
We have once again found Eclipso.
It was the stone, eager, thirsty. That seemed tempting and terribly wrong. Zenobia was the Emperor's greatest general and a potent witch. But they had been close once, and he had a sneaking suspicion the gem would try to control him.
What would give you that idea?
Capture the core of
I know, right?
Skyripper instead. It was the eye of a lost god, torn out by the transcendent Emperor to power his greatest weapon. It's the core, said the stone anxiously. But even though Renato knew how evil...
Oh, we know that one so well.
He had a clever plan for dealing.
It was the greatest thing. We should do it again.
I know, right?
But no, it wants us to feed it death. So we should feed it the core, because the core is made of death.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
The stone bothered him. He hated being told what to do. Wasn't that why he joined the rebellion? Wasn't that why he'd refused to be a soldier? He'd agreed to come on board only if he could freelance. The stone felt a bit clingy, and he had a feeling it did not have his best interests at heart. The sage Calaveras had told him where to find the Skyripper, a weapon capable of challenging the gods.
Which everything always goes right with the Skyripper.
Core
know, right?
would still
Yeah.
possess great power. He would go there.
Off we go into the wild
The moment
blue
he landed
yonder,
the
except
Farfarer,
not because it's a
Renato had
rainforest
a
of some
rare
kind.
feeling of regret. It's not too late, he thought. He could turn around and sail for Zenobia's island. He frowned.
I mean, we could, but...
Wait a minute. He didn't want to kill Zenobia, did he? Sure, technically she was the enemy, but they'd been at sword food school together. They'd never been lovers, but somehow they'd been closer.
Actually,
She told him every secret about herself.
while I was
Except the biggest
wandering
one.
around one of the local
She
towns,
was
I
the
found a...
Emperor's daughter.
I didn't find Sword Fu School, but I found a martial arts academy by Star's workplace that specialize. One of the things they do is Haidong Gumdo, which is a Korean sword martial art. So it was one of those things I jotted that down. Whenever I find martial arts academies, I try to figure out what discipline they're doing, just for my own curiosity. And so I pretty much just like noted that exists for possible future reference.
Yeah. Oh, we're so close to another level up.
It's just like me trying to grind in Star Ocean, except more interesting to watch.
I mean, you are quite interesting to watch.
Hey! Yeah, since we set things up in the apartment, and we're still in the process of setting things up at the time of this recording,
Yeah.
because my shit hasn't arrived yet.
Yeah.
But because we have things set up, to pass some of the time, we have started playing Star Ocean: The Second Story for fun. Of course, I'm trying to break the game, which requires me to do a lot of grinding early on.
New powers.
Huzzah!
Huzzah. Of course, if I paid attention to something, this would have gone much smoother, but
Who knew?
I should have. I've played the damn game before. Granted, it's been a very long time.
You almost never saw wild gogglers together like this. The toads had to train them not to peck each other to death. So these had to be imperial gogglers. That meant ravens were up ahead.
I bet they're counterfeit gogglers. Which is almost as bad as counterfeit crabs.
I know, right?
The stone hadn't lied about what it could do for him. With each raven he cut down, he felt a jolt of power flowing into his arm. "You're weak," whispered the stone.
I think I just heard the train go past.
Choo-choo.
Are you afraid of it? Don't be ridiculous. It chuckled. But it's unstable. It will poison you if someone just carry it. And if you try to use it, it will explode catastrophically. Renato did not
Only
trust
1
the
in
act that talked in
280
his
something,
head.
right?
1 in
He went
128.
onwards.
1 in 128, yep. Same odds as getting the damn Sword of Kings in Earthbound. I spent so long grinding for that when I was playing through Earthbound.
Renato really didn't want to become shawarma. Or shish taouk, for that matter.
Shawarma's delicious.
Alright, let's see who to upgrade next. Actually, let's... However, being hit almost instantly, an attacker is knocked down. Sure, why not? Okay, I did have the right one then.
Yep.
It's always like, which sword is it?
Yeah, that's one thing. Once again, that's the one thing that Omen Sight does way better.
Open the door.
Get on the floor.
But there's no dinosaurs.
As he approached
Damn it!
the core, the stone became hysterical.
No! It's too much power. We'll rip a hole in space and time.
He had a sudden vision of plunging his gauntlet into the core and dying in anguish. That wasn't his vision, was it? The stone had sent him its darkest fears, hadn't it?
Probably.
He had a sudden impulse to do
True,
exactly
true.
that. He raised his right
Yep,
fist.
there it goes.
and
It's going the other
plunged
direction.
into the
Okay.
core. There was a rush of light.
I'm surprised it comes out this late,
The
but
stone screaming.
You never know.
yep.
And then he passed out. When Renato came to,
That train
the core
station
was
is going to be
gone.
super useful to us
The
later.
Iblis stone was no
Absolutely.
longer black, but glowing with a blue light. And
It's
it was
right.
silent. I can't hear you.
It's like less than half a mile from the house, and goes useful places.
Didn't answer.
It's next to the Burger King and the porn store.
He had defeated the demonic gem with the power of
One of those things that amused me to no end when I was exploring through
It was
town.
time
Like,
to attack the Imperial outpost on the Nexus. Take the battle to the enemy. But among the huge crystals, there was
I
also
feel like we
a
should
secret
attack the
gem.
outpost.
You know,
A
that's
wise
fair.
man would probably ask the scientists exactly what he had first. How wise was he?
Not wise enough.
We had wisdom was our dump stat.
As the Farfarer sailed towards the Nexus, Renato wondered if the core had been created to silence the stone, or even to feed its hunger. Honestly, he didn't care.
Nope.
He felt terrific, and he appreciated the quiet inside his head.
Eat your chest.
The Nexus was infested with ravens, but that didn't bother Renato. With each death, the converted Iblis stone in his gauntlets glowed brighter, and he felt stronger. Wow. He was getting a bit bloodthirsty, wasn't he? Well, he wasn't worried. He was a warrior. They're supposed to be.
I am the warrior. Current objective: genocide run.
As we grow stronger. Eventually, we're just gonna get the message, but nobody came.
I've never had the heart to do the genocide run in Undertale.
You've seen my thing.
Mm-hmm.
I just pretty much lost my shit
Yep.
after beating Sans.
Purple door. I can't remember if it's a shortcut or if it's a chest. We'll find out, I suppose.
Maybe it's a purple chest. On the bright side, the Sky Ripper hasn't poisoned us since we had put the stone in it.
Yep.
It hasn't given us that nasty avocado poisoning.
No, it has not.
This is why you shouldn't eat an avocado after dark.
I believe your specific objection was after midnight.
I mean, that's a possibility too.
Still have to check out that taco place across from us, but
Yeah.
there are other things we should probably worry about.
Num.
No.
Num backwards is mon, like Monday.
Or like Pokemon. So remember, if you don't eat, the Pokemon go free.
But isn't that the objective of one of the villains in
The core,
in the Pokemon
absorbed
series?
in the stone, was doing its job.
Kind of.
Bernardo could feel it.
Actually, he's one of the best characters in the franchise, and
Then it flowed into
who
the
everybody
stone
is,
the water flowed
everybody on
down
Earth
the
is
vent.
thirsty for,
It all
evidently.
felt perfectly natural, as if all his life this was what he had been meant to do.
He was meant to be a lumberjack. Ignoring that most red foxes do not climb trees.
That is true. Gray foxes are built to climb trees, and they frequently do, but they are a different genus and species than red foxes are. Red foxes are vulpes, whereas gray foxes are Orusian or something like that.
Renato tore through the last remaining guards at the outpost like hot coffee through snow.
Hot coffee, that's what you're going with.
He called the count.
Okay, but what does a
He knew she would be thrilled.
GTA mod
And she
have to do
was.
with it?
She wanted him to come back to bed.
What does... Wait,
They
what?
had plans to
You never
discuss
heard of that?
and a
The hot
medal to
coffee
give
mod
him.
for GTA?
A large
Maybe?
medal. Great, said Renato.
Where
Let's
somebody
talk about
decided
who else I
to
can
add a
kill.
certain
Then the far speaker croaked again.
mini game,
Hello,
shall we say?
Renato.
He said,
If you get sick of slaughtering second-rate birds in the Nexus, I'm waiting for you in the mountains.
Zenobia. She missed him. She loved him.
Okay, so we have
What's
neither
she
of these
also
endings,
become?
but
Maybe she'd join him.
I think
Kiss
meeting...
and well,
I think meeting
If
the
she did refuse
council
for
is
some
the
reason.
more... maybe more
that's
entertaining
for
at the
now.
moment.
Okay. To the base?
Yep.
Okie doke.
Zenobia was taunting him. No doubt she hoped to lure him into a trap. Well, he was nobody's sucker. Especially not hers. He carried victory in his gauntlet. He would go where the council pointed him.
But what if it tells him to jump off a cliff?
As he set foot
The
in
third
land,
Johannes Cabal book,
Renato
which
felt
I'm
energized.
rereading,
When he was
if you're in
hunting
Queen
down
server, you're painfully aware that I've been rereading these
stench of
books.
rains.
But
Good thing he was here too.
one of
Tripped
in
over
the third book they make a joke about
He was
that at some
really
point.
saving the council toad's
But
bacon,
by your
so to
logic,
speak.
we would go all the way around the world and we'd reach a cliff and you'd say we should jump off it because we traveled all this way. I love the Johannes Cabal books. If you haven't read the Johannes Cabal books, go read the Johannes Cabal books.
That one pot vexes me.
This vexes me. Some of you out there may be wondering why I'm so much shorter than Star at the moment.
Renato wondered how much
Now
Hypatia
see,
had
when
known
he
about
when
the
he
book
crossed
detective.
over to the eastern
Enough to
side,
tell her son to
he
protect him.
lost a few
Enough
inches.
to tell Renato.
You see, the
to protect her son.
gravitational pull is different here.
He let her down there.
It's kind of like when you go under the ocean and the increased pressure forces you to compress. It's a very similar process.
Yeah. Also, somehow his entire bottom half was switched with a tiger's body. So
Yeah.
So he became a literal furry.
Mm-hmm.
The kitten sneeze was just naturally attached, so.
I do not sneeze like a kitten. You've even said so while we've been here, because I have sneezed multiple times. I do not sneeze like a kitten.
The ravens had reduced Ubar to rubble. Bernardo chuckled at the irony that it was now the secret rebel base.
Also, he's adorable when sleeping.
Hey.
Like sometimes you see he put his arm over his eyes. Like you do.
Boop.
Hey. Oh, okay. I don't need you yet.
Nah.
No, let me have that.
See? Renato was a hero of the revolution. He deserved a medal. Soon, he deserved every medal they had, and hopefully one big medal ceremony in front of everybody with trumpets so everyone could know what he'd accomplished.
There we go.
But what happens if you give a fox a cookie?
They scream in your face?
Probably true.
Oops, I'm
Should
dead.
have done a barrel roll.
Star Fox references. Why didn't Nintendo announce a new Star Fox?
I don't know.
Don't get me wrong, I'm excited about that Metroid Prime remaster, but it's not a new game. And,
Yeah.
and Star Fox.
Long stairs. So he was close to the rebel base. Nothing was on fire.
Yet.
So far, so good.
Open sesame.
And this is where, like, the giant tower with the cannon. No, I'm thinking of Omen Sight again.
Inside the rebel base, Renato was invited to the council speaker's private chambers. So, this is the Iblis stone? He said. I can feel its power. Renato told her how he had fed the core to the stone and made something even more useful than either. Crazy like a fox, she croaked. And Renato chuckled as if he'd never heard the joke.
I have that problem with, like, oh, is this the Lord residence? Is Jesus home? Heh, never heard that one before.
I'm sure.
He woke in the morning with the sweetest of hangovers. But the Iblis stone was gone from his gauntlet. The corridors were empty, except for a few rebels who looked just as hungover as him. Come on, you'll miss the battle, they yelled. Renato added sail as the Farfarers scudded across the sky. Who could have taken the Iblis stone?
Was it some
Maybe
Imperial
it
spy?
was Bubsy.
He would find him and kill him and take the stone back.
That bastard.
I know. Well, he would fit in this universe.
What could possibly go wrong?
Everything.
Renato had a bad taste in his mouth.
Gone,
He
baby,
was killing
gone.
ravens, but it wasn't fun. It felt like a chore. Oh, Renato hated chores. As a fox kid, he'd gone hungry rather than clean his room. He still didn't clean his room, he just moved house every few years.
That sounds like my uncle.
Anyway. Up ahead, he could hear screaming and croaking and cawing. But who was winning?
Good, another train's coming by.
Man, a lot of trains.
Yeah.
Portal that led right into the middle of the fleet. It was a glaring weakness in the defense.
Oh, look, we're on the boat.
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 I love big sky boats. I blame Super Mario Bros. 3 for this.
I thought you were gonna say Skies of Arcadia.
I played Super Mario Bros. 3 before I played Skies of Arcadia.
Okay.
Long before.
Okay.
Like more than 20 years before. Although Skies of Arcadia is fantastic, and we look forward to doing that sometime for you lovely people.
Yep.
Either here or on another channel.
Exactly.
But it's not something we're urgently going to do anytime soon.
Yeah, we have a lot on our plate. Come here, boxes. Time to meet your maker.
It still hasn't said the thing I've wanted it to say when we smash enough boxes.
Yeah.
As he ran forward, Renato noticed that some ravens were starting to ignore him, just running away.
And it's
Who were
just
they
that
running
damn
from?
fox.
Some hero of the revolution? If some other so-called hero of the revolution had the stone and tried to take his victory and his medals, Renato was seriously pissed off. He was the hero, not some other bozo.
Shall we dance? Could the lead raven?
Let's dance. Put on your red shoes and dance the blues.
How dare you do the sexy voice on webcam?
Hey! Oh, we want a sexy voice, do we? Well, okay.
Oh,
Aha! Now Okazan is the sexy one. This is more like it.
And now I have an image of him trying to wear a thong, and he ends up putting it on his head instead.
Didn't we do that in one of the sessions?
If we hadn't, we should.
Okazan's too sexy for his shirt. Too sexy for his shirt.
You don't wear a shirt.
What's a shirt?
out the red carpet for us.
And here's where we fight Ludwig von Koop. Oh, wait.
Huzzah!
Roar!
Bleh. It sort of looks like something gets stuck at the tongue.
Finally, Renato came to the Emperor's ship. Zenobia lay dead in front of it. The ship was a wreck. Ravens lay dead, sprawled everywhere. Bloody feathers spattered across the deck and the dock. The council speaker came out. She was waving a sword around like a flag. Look at me, Renato!
I'm you!
The Iblis stone on the sword was black as coal. Now I am the Empress, and all shall tremble before me, she croaked. So the stone had her. It was in her brain, whining for blood. I'm afraid I can't allow that, said Renato, and moved to fight her. Toads are not usually good with swords. Something about the footwork. And the council speaker was not even a warrior. She was always tripping over things, which is quite an impressive achievement when you're a toad. Yet somehow, she was pressing Renato backwards as he desperately tried to keep her sword away from his throat. Look, why don't you keep the stone? He asked. You deserve it. Blood and souls for Iblis, she croaked.
Blood for the blood god, skulls for his
She was under his
throne.
guard with her sword. It was just the tip. But sometimes, just
We're mature.
Are you sure
As
it
he
wasn't
died.
small and hard to grasp?
He felt embarrassed.
Welcome to the power of caring.
Oh, again? But he already had all the secrets he needed. He was sure of that. He must have not
For a
used them the
fistful
right
of
way.
ducats.
What was the best, worst mistake he could make? Probably trusting that traitor Lapino.
But yep, with that we have another ending down.
Yeah, we only have 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13 more to go. How well are we gonna do in the next ones? You're just gonna have to wait to find out. But until then, we're the Landstar saying thank you very much for watching.
And have a fond fistful of ducats. Wow, your hand's cold.
I told you.